Jelly.
Yes. Check.
Okay, thank you.
Microphone checker.
Oh.
1, 2, checker.
Jelly.
Before we start, let's fix this ice.
No, you need to stop being a child right now.
I think this is great content. Welcome to another episode of the Babe We Need to Talk podcast. I'm Alicia.
Dale.
Natalie.
Gels.
So it's a different name.
There you go.
So you guys, it's been a little while since we filmed. What do you guys want to talk about today?
What do you want to talk about, babe? Did you have a topic in mind? Why you smiling like that?
Well, the reason why we've been missing, we had a lot of family stuff, had a couple of birthdays and things like that come in, with the family. But we are back. And one thing I want to talk about is, let's talk about splitting a bill at a restaurant for a birthday event. As you know, probably on social media, y'all seen the argument over a $4,600 tab amongst, I think it was 12 people. So that's roughly about what, $300 a person. So the argument, the guys in there arguing, saying that he not splitting the bill because the other friends or whatever was doing too much. What? It was 300?
It was like 383.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that topic because also, too, y'all know us as black people, it's always an issue with the check. And I know a lot of these restaurants have changed their policies.
Yeah.
To,
one card only.
Yeah, like, hey, if you got a party over a certain amount, it's
Like
just going to be one ticket.
More.
Because all the whole splitting different checks and everything.
It does take a while sometimes for them to split those checks up. So I kind of understand why they don't want to split the check, because it's like, it takes a good
And then you
time.
get confused because it'd be like, yeah, I had this, but those first round of drinks, put them on mine. Then you got to remember, all right, y'all had this, I got put on this tab, but this goes on this. So yeah, I can see it. It's very, very difficult.
Tedious, yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about it. Stop it.
So going back to what you just said, I just went to a Mexican restaurant the other day, and it was a good maybe 20 of us at the table, and they legit did everybody's one by one. Like, they had it separated to say, like, oh, I had the margarita and I had this whatever meal and this dessert, and that's what I paid for. But it took a very long time to go through and figure out who gets what card, who actually ordered this, but then there's something still left out there that wasn't paid for, like a shot or something like that. So I can understand on a restaurant and why they cut it down to like, nah, y'all need to figure that out, and I'm gonna just charge this one card. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn, because that's a lot. $300 is a lot,
Yeah.
Also,
especially if I just ordered a drink.
On the consumer's end,
Yeah,
you would rather pay what you ordered. Period.
But
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
too, you need to know your audience.
I was going to say the same thing. Like, you need to
Like,
know
you
your
need to know
friends.
who you're going out with
Yeah.
to know what's about to happen.
and the girl, if I remember correctly, she was yelling out, "We do this all the time." So if that's the case, then you knew what time it was, so you
Before you
shouldn't
got
have
here.
came
Mm-hmm.
or
Now-
not eat anything.
Is
That
it
way-
different for if you show up to a birthday party and you don't necessarily know all these people at the table? Like, for instance, you know how we all got different friends outside, whether it be frat or Greek or people at work or church. So if you show up like, hey, Elisa's having a birthday party and me and Nat show up, but we may not know all those
Everybody
other
else.
people,
Mm-hmm.
like, then yeah, I'm going to be like, why are we splitting?
I think if it was a preface, like if it was set beforehand, like, hey, we got this dinner going on, we're going to have one check and we're going to split the bill. Okay, cool. We have that understanding when I get there. But it can't be a game time decision.
Yeah, no,
I
agreed.
cannot.
And also, too, you can't tell what people's pockets are like either.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You can't just justify that, hey man, you need to pay this on this bill. I don't care if you only had a salad and 2 drinks. And you probably might have came there with $100 bill. Like,
When I go out with my friends, like, I don't mind splitting the bill, like, evenly. But I also had that understanding, like, okay, cool. Like, I know you're not going to go, but so crazy. Like, we're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to have a good time.
Right,
but
right.
at the same time, like, I know you and I know, like, I know what it's gonna be. You know.
Right.
See, the thing is, it's because it's $300. Why I have an
$380
issue.
actually.
That's-
Excuse me,
Man.
$380. That's a lot
Yeah.
for
That's
one
the-
person
That's the.
to pay.
That's
if I had a freaking salad and a fruit punch and I got to pay $380.
That's
But
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
it also takes
Like-
into consideration what kind of restaurant you're at too, right? So
That's
if you
true.
knew you went to this Michelin star restaurant, you already knew it was going to be bread to begin
Right.
with. So you should have expected for it to be a high bill.
But I got a salad and a fruit punch. No matter what.
No
type of
lie, that
restaurant
should have been
it
the
is.
sign that out of all the shit on the menu, you picked up a salad. Like, that tells you that person ain't had no bread.
Either
Right.
that or they just weren't hungry. Like, for example, when we had a guys' night one night, we went to a restaurant. I got a salad. I wasn't hungry, but I still split the bill. That's what we agreed
That's right,
on.
because you ain't eating meat or nothing.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
beef
Texas
or whatever.
I
Day
just wasn't hungry.
Oh, but yeah, I do remember. But
no, it was
Yeah.
it wasn't Texas Day Brazil that day. I think it was I forgot what
Hondos.
the restaurant
when the
was.
Hondos, I think. it was.
Nah, it was that spot off of Patterson.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. Well, Liam was acting crazy.
Why they act
Exactly.
like it was a secret?
Secret.
Liam was
Right.
going crazy.
Well,
No, we just can't think. I can't think of the name of it
No,
either.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I
the
can't
name
remember the
of
name
the
of it either.
You picked it out too, though, right?
Oh my
You
God.
want to know what the name of the
Oh,
restaurant is?
Jesus.
It's called
Yeah.
Rio.
Here we- No, that's
Y'all
not.
want me
That's
to
not
Google
it.
That's not it.
It's not it.
Y'all want me to look it up?
Oh, never
No.
mind. No,
Y'all
it's fine.
press? Y'all
I'm
press?
really not.
Ooh, now we press.
Right.
It sounds like y'all.
It's
whistling.
just- no.
Y'all do this all the time.
Lower your
But
voice.
you want to talk about being pressed though, so this is completely off topic, but it just kind of reminds me of it, like that little shaking the boots moment, like when you first be like, "Am I in trouble?" We got a what is it? A citation in the mail today from my car. I got a ticket in Maryland at 3:00 in the morning. That's toll.
Who's driving at 3:00 in the morning? Oh, you thought it was you?
Well, no. I knew it was him,
Oh.
but it's like at first it was just like I said, "You had my car in Maryland."
Dale's face.
I said, at 3:00 in the morning. And then I remember, oh, you drove to the airport, like, but it was fine.
That
But
was
you
when
know,
we came back.
yeah, you know that split like 2 second, like what the fuck?
What
Like
was
what
he
is-
doing?
Damn, you should have hit the Martin joint. It's your car. I don't care about no ticket. But in hindsight, to close up the restaurant thing, $4,600 is a steep bill to try to
Okay.
split evenly. And not to say everybody, I think, sitting here, don't get me wrong, could pay for it. It's the principle of paying for it, I think, is the problem, because like everybody's saying, if you ain't spend that much. Now, if I ate lamb chops and did all this stuff, then yeah, I expect, all right, cool, I'm gonna do this. But for somebody who did not, I can't, there's no way you can justify and say they need to split the bill.
And that's
On that.
heavy for somebody taking the cheap route, because it's like on one hand it's like
I want to be
I
there
don't
for you.
want to I don't want to miss out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause-
Y'all
Right.
having a social dinner or whatever. I want to be a part of that. Like,
Right.
And I was gonna play devil's advocate. Like I understand your point, but I guess to play devil's advocate is like, okay, well if you know you don't have it, right, and you know that their birthday dinner is at like a Michelin star restaurant, should you go?
Or do you not eat at all? So that way you're not even included.
I
into the
feel like
bill.
you shouldn't eat at all.
So what if you did this? What if you walked in, you knew what it was, you found out who the waitress was, like, hey, look, I'm gonna give you this. This is my bill. I only want this, and this, and that's it.
Who does that?
If you with the party, I don't
you
even
don't-
think they just
yeah.
Nah,
accept that.
and the thing is, how you know who your waitress is going to be? Your wait staff. That's when you go to the bar and eat there.
Bring your
And bring
food back
the
to the
food to the
table.
Bring your food back to the table,
That's a
or
good
you
one,
just
babe. That's a
order,
good- that's
or
a
just
good
order
one.
drinks at the bar. That way, that's already paid for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by the time you get to the table, I'm good.
Yeah.
An
We had a-
appetizer or something.
We had a slight argument like that for Mike's bachelor party when we was in Vegas. We went to STK, and it was like that because we ordered shots and certain people ain't ordered nothing and this and that, and the bill was, it wasn't 46, but it was like over $2,000, and that's and they only brought one check, and everybody was like this and this, and naturally it went on my card, and then I just got everybody money from it. So
But that's also the advantage too.
get them points.
Get
Get
the
them
points,
points,
right.
boy. Oh, I use my card, no problem.
But it's a hassle though trying to get the money.
Like
Yeah.
at Hondo's, I was trying to do that at Honda, but Jaleel jumped in like, nah, let me get it.
But Amex has really made it easy now to where you can do like you can split the
Split, yeah.
actual charge on your card,
Mhm.
like through Venmo.
Venmo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But that situation is tough. So I don't think it really is no real answer.
Right,
Should you do it or should you not? It's just
because it's gonna be beneficial to the guy who ordered a freaking filet mignon and a
Yeah, make my
freaking
bill
T-bone
less.
steak, you know,
yeah.
versus the person who just ordered a freaking drink. They short.
At the end of the day, I guess just know your audience.
Yeah.
What's next up?
Okay. So there. I know there's kind of like a debate in regards to when your child is an adult, right, and they still live in the house. Do you charge them rent and put it to the side, or charge them rent and put it towards household bills, or do you let them stay in the house and not pay anything, or do you kick them out, right? So I guess I would speak for me, and I guess us. Like I would say that we don't kick them out at 18. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I wouldn't kick my child out at 18. As I want to say, as long as they have something going for themselves, but even if they don't, I don't know. It depends on the situation, but
I feel like even like 18 is still really early for you to say that they have something going for themselves, right? So it's like at that they're kind of still babies.
So something going for themselves, and what I meant by that is as long as they have some type of direction, like that they plan on going in. Like if they're going to school, or if they're picking up a trade, or if they're just working, you know.
What about a gap year?
The
You
hell
know,
is a gap year?
I figured you wouldn't know that.
So a gap year. Go
When
ahead.
you go to college or what have you, and then after like a semester or so, you realize, you know what, I want to like adventure out and do other things. So I'm going to take a gap year before I go back and finish my degree.
Yeah, some people actually do them like right after high school too. They'll instead of going straight from high school to college, they'll take a gap year and kind of travel or figure out what they want to do with themselves, and then they'll go to school the year.
Mine was
Travel
called
with
red
what
shirt.
money though?
Mommy and daddy money probably.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
Malia Obama took a gap year, and I'm pretty sure that was Barack money. Michelle
Malia
money.
Obama's parents are well off.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
What are your thoughts?
They
Ed?
can be on cheap.
My gap year was called red shirt. So,
Not gap year. I'm
but-
talking about the.
so with me, it's kind of different because when I graduated, I never went back home. So even in college, when you have breaks and stuff, yeah, you go back. But after my sophomore going to junior year, the dorms I stayed in were year round, or I got an apartment or whatever, and I never looked back. So to say that is kind of it depends on the child too. Like I think I agree with what Dale said. If you got something going on, then yeah, I get it. But at some point in time, you gotta get out and venture on your own. But it seemed like in our community, like I still had an uncle living with my grandma, and he was 40 or some years old.
But
You
I
know,
think
so
we
it's
see
like-
it more the opposite though in our community, where parents are like, "Nah, you 18, you're not doing nothing. You gotta go."
They say that.
They say that,
then
but
they
it-
don't really be doing that shit.
Yeah. Well, it's not a bad thing, but shoot, Vash was living at home with her.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
It's not necessarily a
Come on,
bad thing, but I do feel like, and again, that's situational because you could have some families that are traditionally like that.
Right.
Like they would stay at home until they
Yeah.
find a spouse. You know what I'm saying, that they would live with, and that's cool. And then you'd have some situations where some kids are, I guess, not really pushed to
get
do
out.
much. So they just become content where they are. And that's where I would draw the line. And I think I speak for both of us. We would draw the line like, no, you're not going to sit on your ass and just live
Right.
off of us.
Yeah.
My thing is, I think if you have a purpose, like you need to stay at home because, like you said, you need to finish school, or I'm going to stack my money to this, and we have a conversation, and we're helping you get to your goal. That's one thing. But yeah, like you said, you're not just going to be out here chilling because you can live rent free.
And that was my point too, is that I feel like when you allow your child to stay at home longer, they're able to set themselves up better in the long run financially, because if they're working, they can stack that bread, right? And they can save more than they would when they move out. And then also too, I feel like when people move out on their own, now you have to work. Like you have to keep a full-time job because you've created these bills for yourself. Whereas if you stayed at home, you could work a part-time job and you can go to school and stack your bread quicker because you don't have those bills that you have. Exactly. You don't have those responsibilities.
You just got to make sure as a parent you educate your kids. Because a lot of kids don't know to stack their bread to do that.
And that's what I was going to say. It needs to be some type of structure in place if they are going to stay at home to prepare them for the situation if they do end up moving out, that they'll be able to handle these bills or whatever comes their way because they plan for it with you. So, yeah.
And I think that's why it's a good thing, even if you set the bar low, like to charge your kids rent.
Mm-hmm.
Because then they can get like this fundamental understanding that I have a responsibility. And with that money that they give you, you can set it aside for them, unbeknownst to them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And they could use it to pay the rent for their own spot.
Right. Yeah. That way when they move out, they have a nice little nest egg.
We have a plan, but we just got to work on it. But we want to be able to set up an IRA for Jordan, so that way by the time she turns 30, we get a little behind the ball. So say 31, 32, she'll have $1 million. Mm-hmm. Because what would be in place is that you put whatever amount of money in there, but she has to be an employer. I mean, she has to be an employee for someone. Mm-hmm. So we were going to use our business and have her be our employee. And then that way we can give her income to be able to use that, and she'll be set. Right. At least by 30. But it's kind of like a similar idea of having her pay rent. We're putting money aside for her. But I like the idea of having them pay rent, something slight, and then you just hold it for them. Or me, I might do half. Half for me, half for you.
Yeah?
Yeah. Pay this electric bill that you're going to run up.
That's a fact.
The mortgage is still going to be there, but those little bills that your usage is going to be causing a bill. So, yeah.
Electric, water, phone.
Mm-hmm.
All that.
Car insurance.
Mm-hmm. I had to pay my phone bill from high school. That was my responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make Amy do that when she get a job.
It got cut off a couple times, but I learned my lesson.
In college, you had to buy Tide.
Remember, Tay was like, "Oh, you gotta buy the laundry detergent for the house. Like that was your rent."
I wish. What?
I had to buy the laundry detergent and I had to wash the dishes, and I didn't want to wash the dishes, so I paid my sister $35 a week to wash the dishes for me.
Damn.
Oh, gosh.
Really?
And she watched it.
She did.
Most times.
She did.
Then she went on strike for a little bit.
Yeah.
And she had picket sign outside.
She actually tried to pay my other little sister to wash them for her, and she was like, "I'm not doing that."
Oh, damn. So what else we got?
Why do women hide their man on social media?
I think it's whack, but that's just me.
So
but guys do it too.
Their man or the dude they're talking to is.
Then don't give the person the impression that you're doing something if you don't want them to know who the person is. Don't post nothing.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one thing that kind of like that I don't get. Like some women, even if they talking to somebody, it's like you want to give this hint that you're talking to somebody because in your story you got a freaking hand rubbing your feet or something, but you don't show who it is.
Yeah, that's all you see.
Exactly.
But you might also got to think about it this way. Maybe it's for the people that be in their DMs harassing them, like, yo, I want to take you out, whatever. I don't know. And you could turn around and be
say
like,
no.
Men gonna still
you could say no, and they still going to harass you regardless.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, but this is how you show.
What's the point?
You show that you got somebody, so they can.
But you know what, though, Dale? It's not even. I don't even think it's for the opposite sex. Anyway. I think they hide the man because of other women.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Not even like. It's sort of like y'all have this like competition internally. I don't know what.
This subliminal competition.
Yeah.
What is going on?
My man is gonna do this, and my man gonna be do that. But I ain't gonna show you who my man is. But he doing all this stuff for me or whatever.
So what I think it is, I've never done this personally, but what I think that it is,
disclaimer.
Disclaimer. But I think that in the talking phase, right, like. He may be talking to other people, or like I want to make sure that this is going to be what it is before I show your face. Because then, what if we stop talking Like,
so then why you
So
even put it
why
on
even
social
put it?
media? Like why you even saying
because that's what they're doing. People share their lives on social media, right? So it's like you
Yeah,
don't have
like,
to know
I'm not-
who it is.
don't share that part?
They didn't. They didn't show you who he
They
was.
didn't
They
share
did.
that
So
part.
I'm
I
on-
understand
Alright,
it.
so here's my
I'm on
thing.
a date. I'm kind of nervous.
So here's my thing. So
What?
it's gonna be the same whether you show the person or not. Like
No,
someone.
it's not. Because, for example, if I show you on social media, people know that you're my man, and then somebody sees you out in the club with another girl, they're gonna be like, "Wait a minute, that's Alicia, man. Why he out here in the club? Now I look stupid in front of other people."
Right. So that's
So-
not your man. That's what I'm saying. Like you say y'all
What do you
was
mean
talking.
it's not his?
I thought you was talking about the beginning phase.
So-
you don't even know this is gonna be.
So if you show my hand,
Confusing.
if you show my hand,
Okay.
rubbing your feet, like I'm a like a
Then nobody knows
Pretty-
that hand
pretty
belongs.
brown.
right,
skin
right,
hand, right?
You ain't tag them or
so
nothing.
you ain't tagged me nothing. So somebody just sees my hand, right? Now 2 weeks later, we cut it off, but you posting another man, and you're holding his hand in the boomerang,
But
and
most
it's a
people
light
don't do
skinned
it like
hand.
that, though.
Like,
Most of the time, what girls will do is they'll just post like, "Oh, we're at dinner." You see, it's 2 plates on the table. Like you don't really know who that person
Or
is.
somebody's taking a picture of the female.
Exactly,
And you
you
can't
know.
see.
But it's
Exactly.
only
I think-
y'all that do that.
I think it's
Not
because
true. Men do it
women.
too.
I think it's because women want a mystery. They want a mystery. They want people to be like, who is that? Who they talking to?
That's
I
I
think-
hear mystery, but I also hear on the other side bitches being nosy. That's what I hear. But I hear you in what you're saying, but it just sounds like prime example, me. I'm gonna be on the nosy side looking like who the fuck she with.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
and I think subconsciously women want other people to be nosy and ask them questions.
hmm I mean, I could say the same thing when I just posted the other day, ordered, and I ain't say what I ordered. You know?
See? Exactly. I knew what you ordered.
I know what you.
The fact I had to
do.
sit here and think, like, what did she?
Yeah, what did
Right.
you order? Now I remember, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then somebody did come in my DMs and was like, "What did you get us?" Like
See?
playing around. I didn't answer, but you know,
So let me ask you something. Why'd you put ordered?
because I'm starting the whole little thing till I'm gonna show
Mm.
what I ordered. Same
So
way
you
how a
wanted to
dude
create a mystery, right?
for now. I'm not denying what you're saying. I'm just saying it's on the nosy end. Let people figure out. Let them guess what the nosiness is when I said order.
But then them same people can't be mad if people are asking them who's this, who's that, and then the next thing you're like, oh, people are nosy. Then don't post it
Oh no, I'm still saying they're
Where-
nosy, but
where
I'm not
people's
gonna,
gonna put you in a situation where you're gonna have to they
Defend
asking you,
yourself.
So,
asking you
I
questions.
agree
so
with
that's the thing too. I think
You don't have to post everything.
So
That's the
to
thing.
compound on what I said, they want to create a mystery so people can ask questions, so they can be like, "Dang, people knows."
Mhm.
But
So
they
y'all
want
are
people
saying
to be
that it's
nosy.
just like those people that post like, "Oh my gosh, please pray for me," da 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 da, but they never say what they need prayers for.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
saying
think
it's the same
that's.
thing?
I think that's
No,
different.
Peter
Nah,
Dixon
because
was-
you don't know how serious my situation. I just need you to talk to God and watch over me. That's all.
Yeah, but
You really about to compare the two?
some people be clout
Some
chasing when
people
they
do look through
Well,
that for attention.
I
Yes.
hear that. Like
like,
I'm
'cause
not
you
the
could
one to ask
easily-
for a
You
prayer.
That's
could
a lot.
easily drop in there like, "Oh, I just got got news that I could have cancer. Please pray for me." You could add that in there, but you choose to leave it out.
I'm gonna leave the cancer out.
Exactly.
I'm
Right, because you're not
Because
trying
you
to put it
wanna
on
create
yourself.
Well, then
Right.
also too, that's when I like to be on my private end. Like you finding out that if I have cancer or not is not your business. It's not social
Right,
media
right.
business.
But you
But
want
I need
people-
the prayer. I need the prayer.
Then
Like,
I think that's that case. Then don't post that you need prayer. Just
so
go
I
get
can't
prayer
the blessing.
from your
I'm not
pastor.
gonna
or
lie,
something.
I do get annoyed when I see those "please pray for me"
Yeah,
posts, and I'm just
then-
like,
Then go
What
get
am I
prayer.
praying about? Like,
Because let's be honest.
Oh, I just
Let's be
have
honest.
a generic.
Ain't nobody
faith.
sitting there like, oh my God, I'm gonna pray for this.
And,
Oh, I
and
do,
mind
I
you-
do.
I do sometimes.
So
I'm not
mind
gonna
you,
lie,
I just
but
use cancer as an example.
No, I
People
know.
might be talking about anything.
They could be
Anything.
talking about
Yeah.
a job.
They could be
And
talking
I feel
about
like also,
a new
too,
bunion.
That's
That
a
they're
situation.
I
crying
do.
on.
Get
I
approved
do
for a
feel
home,
like
whatever it
those
is.
folks a lot of times are repeat offenders. You would have the
You see
people,
the same people.
exact the
Mhm.
same people. I'm like, all right, now we just prayed for you last month. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Mm.
I just think, I mean, if you're going to post the dude or whatever you talk to, I think that you shouldn't you shouldn't put anything out there until it's actually, if that's your man, that's your man. Just like with the whole, like, you would think all these girls having babies by themselves because all you see is them. The dude is non-existent in any
Sometimes
photos.
they be out the picture.
Sometimes those situations are difficult, though.
Yeah.
Those situations are touchy.
But then
I
when
would say that.
you mention him, I have a great whomever or whatever the case may be. I don't know. Social media just seems like it
I
makes
think
it.
you're reaching with that one, babe.
Okay, all right.
Social media is a weird place in general. Like,
It is.
just for example, just think about the fact that like we know but don't know whole children that we've never met. Like for example, you see somebody. No, for example, you have a friend from high school, college, whatever, and they always post their kid.
Yeah.
You know a lot about this kid through social media, but you've never met this kid a day in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're at the park one day and you're like, oh, that's so and so's kid. Never met that kid before.
Right.
Like, it's just weird. Like,
Also, too, what's weird, if you have a social media and it's only your kids on your social media, why do you have a social media? Your social media is supposed to be about you. If you have a post, you have
That's their life.
a face
Yeah.
post from 2012, that's your profile picture, but every other picture is just your kids.
So I'm out.
But I feel like-
There's no rules to it, though.
there's no rules.
Who-
And then about
Who
that's
are
what's
Who are you to say that you're supposed to have you on your social media?
But
and
it's
that's what's
all
important
like,
to them.
it's all,
That part, yeah.
ain't nobody trying to see your kids all the time.
But there are people
That's-
who want to
I
see
mean,
their
what-
kids all the time.
That's you have the choice to unfollow them.
Very true.
That's what I be telling everyone.
Yeah,
Very true. You are correct.
Because he be getting mad about some of these people's stuff, and I be like, just
Unfollow.
unfollow them. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, that's it.
And
You
I
don't
like
have
how
to
now
see
too,
it.
like you don't have to like completely unfollow. You can just like, what is it? I know on Facebook it's unfollow, but you don't unfriend, right? But
Right.
on Instagram, you can make it so that you still don't see their stuff, but you didn't like
But you didn't
unfollow them.
unfollow them.
Oh, really?
I do that with a lot of people. I don't be seeing
Well,
half of their
damn.
stuff.
Well, then. I mean, the algorithm just showed me who they think I want to see, and then I go from there. And then every so and for time, like maybe a couple months time, it switches. There's a whole new set of people. I'm paying attention to what's going on in their life, and I just leave it at that.
That's a fact. Yeah. But yeah, social media, people can be who they want to be.
It could be a
Post what they
whole
wanna
friggin'
post.
lie.
It could be an entire lie.
Mm-hmm.
We could be like that
Who
movie
are we
Ready
to?
Player One. Watch. That's what the world's gonna end up being. You ever seen that movie? Ready Player One?
I know the movie. I haven't seen it though.
It's a really good movie. But yeah, I think that's what society, everything's gonna be virtual reality. You will sit at home and your avatar is gonna be nothing like you look like.
I'm not
Stuff
looking
like
forward
that.
to that.
I think that's
social
exactly
media
what it's about
today.
to
All
be.
these filters you got.
Mm.
So speaking of social media, so when do you think it's an appropriate age for your child to be on social media themselves?
At this point, I'm going to say high school.
I was gonna say 16.
Yeah, I say like 13 at
Oh,
least.
I wouldn't even say 13 because these kids are getting bullied crazy on social media now. I feel like they need to
I heard
get
that's a
little
big
older.
thing right now.
Yeah.
So do they don't have like parental control options?
It
on
is,
They
but
do, but kids know how
kids,
to get around
yeah,
that.
Mm.
yeah.
They know
It is, but also too, like, say for instance, I'm gonna just use Aiden as an example. Aiden doesn't have social media, but if she did, it would have restrictions on it. But her friend may have social media, and she ain't got no restrictions, so she can blast. Like, if she got mad at Aiden, she can blast Aiden off and say all kinds of stuff, and because maybe what she's saying, Aiden or certain people might not see it, but everybody else sees it that don't have these blocks. So now it's it's one of those type things. It's
And then not only that, a lot of these kids have Finstas.
What's that?
Well,
That's
they call it a Finsta, like a fake Instagram.
Oh,
so where
shit.
they have their Instagram that the parents. So they have the Instagram that the parents know about, that they
Finsta.
see and all that, but then they have their own other Instagram page. So they have multiple Instagram pages
But
where
they set the private.
they set the private to whatever. So they'll basically tell people, oh, like, this is my real Instagram, this is my Finsta, whatever. And they're acting crazy on their Finstas.
We
And
might
they
be
just-
putting some of y'all parents on.
Exactly. And they just
Right.
lie about their age because all they do is ask you your birthday.
Yeah, and they just put a different
Exactly.
year.
They just put a
Okay.
different year and they have a whole other Instagram page.
God damn. I'm not looking forward to this shit.
But yeah, Aiden hasn't asked anything about that. It was a big thing just getting on the phone. And like, she was one of the last ones of her friends to actually have a true phone. But being at the birthday party with and meeting some of her friends, they got a lot of access to stuff that Aiden doesn't. But it's not like she's asked for. But I'm sure it's going to come soon. She just turned 13.
Yeah,
So especially when that high school phase hit,
Yeah.
I already know it's it's gonna come where she's gonna want a Facebook, she's gonna want an Instagram, she's gonna want all that stuff because she wants to connect with her friends.
Yeah.
And the bad part about it, you look at it like, yes, I think that should be fine because you're a kid, but it's like you look at all the stuff that can happen. But shoot, just stepping outside the door, stuff just happens. I mean, we worried about what people see on here. If you look at the way people dress and act now, just out in public, we can't cover her eyes everywhere she go.
That's true to a certain extent as well, but it's like also too, if she steps outside her door, she's only going to interact with the people in her city, right? Versus on the internet, it could be anybody in the world, right? Yeah. And then I also feel like you have people who are predators on the internet. You have no idea that they're lying about who they are, and they're tricking kids. Like, and then want to
meet them and all this other
craziness.
What's that show? Catch a Predator? Is that what it's called? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's off now. They got some other dude.
That used to Colorado Patrol.
I used to binge on Catch a Predator at one point.
When Chris Hansen come out.
Tell me why you're here.
What are you doing here? What's your brain? Oh, you bought a large pizza and some condoms? No, I was just here chilling. Oh, so you're not taking from the back 69? No, that's not you.
So I have your transcripts here.
That part, yeah.
Right.
I want to suck your toes.
And then, like, the other part about social media, too, is, like, say you do have a child that's getting bullied at school, right? Like, back in the day before social media, they were only getting bullied when they were at school versus now with social media.
It's a safe place.
Exactly. Now it's 24/7. It's constant. They're never escaping it. And I kind of feel like that's why you have child suicide rates skyrocketing because they can't escape the bullying.
They can't escape it.
Yeah.
Because in our day, when we got bullied, we used to try to beat up the bully. That was me. I hated bullies because I went to different schools. So somebody would mess with me. I'm gonna get it out now. And then that was it. But now if you get bullied, it ain't just your school. That stuff goes all around the city, all other schools, you everywhere.
People recording
it. Yeah, and it's all kinds of stuff. Everything is World Star, so, they go catch you on camera fighting and, if you lose, that's even worse, So nowadays, you just tell a story. Oh, man, what he did was when I did this and I did that, But now everything is recorded, so.
Yeah, that's a fact. It's a matter of wanting to protect your kids. I see that.
Yeah.
Right? That's why
can.
Yeah. That's why a lot of parents, including myself, are scared to expose their kids to social media, even gaming. Gaming is bad.
Oh my God.
My goodness. Because you connect with different people in the world and not knowing what they're saying to your kids. And they're actually speaking with your kids. You got some adults impersonating kids, holding conversations, getting addresses.
If you don't think racism exists, log on to Call of Duty, and I'll show you racism. It's flat out. Oh my God! Even Madden. When I be playing Madden, sometimes against people, so a lot of times I don't use the headphones. I just play them, and I just don't use the headphones. But man, people be on there reckless because at the end of the day, you can't do nothing to them. You can't go find them or whatever. So they go talk to you.
Know that.
Yeah, they go talk to you any kind of way. Yeah. This world we live in. Lord have mercy.
So a thought just popped in my head thinking about kids and bullying and stuff. As a parent, how do you feel? Well, not say how do you feel. How would you handle the situation if your child came home and said, "Mom, Dad, I'm getting bullied and it's such and such at school." Do you address the child? Do you address the parent? What would you do?
The parent.
All three: the child, the parent, and the school.
I think that's something where we figure out who the parent is and have the teacher there as well. And like I said, have a meeting at the school with all of us, and we all sit down like adults and figure this out. Now, if it's a situation where these parents are on, they don't give a crap mode or whatever,
or their child didn't do anything wrong.
If it's on that, then it's got to go to a different kind of level. But I think all of us, if something like that happened, we have to come to the table and figure this out, because just like my kid got bullied, your kid get bullied the same way.
That's such a politically correct way to go about it.
So it's funny that you asked that, because we just had a certain situation this weekend at Demi's birthday party where he wasn't getting bullied, right? But it just kind of goes hand in hand.
When Jordan pushed Demi, I'm like,
no,
I'm sorry.
No,
Nat told me. I was like, what?
I didn't even know Jordan pushed Demi, but
it's a shame. It's a shame.
So it's like, okay, so I wouldn't say it's bullying, right?
Nat corrected that situation, by the way. She got it.
Oh wait, I do remember. I know you're talking about now.
Yeah, because I
but
jumped on her.
Yeah, they're babies. It is what it is. But yeah, just like going hand in hand with defending yourself. Like one of Eli's cousins, his bigger cousins, mushed him and like pushed him into like the kiddie pool this weekend. I mean, like hand to face, like in the water.
Dang, stiff arm, Heisman them all the way to the joint.
So I went outside and
look at
like,
Dale's face. It's like, yeah,
like, you know,
my son got stiff arm.
But the kid is 5 years older than him too, right? You know, Eli's.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's different. Yeah.
So you know, we know Larry corrected the kid, whatever. But then Dale had a separate talk with him and was like, "Look, you can't, like, you have to defend yourself. Like, you can't let people push you around, whatever." So, yeah.
So this is what I told Eli, and I pulled both of them to the side at the same time to make sure the cousin heard. I said, if anyone ever does that to you again, I need you to punch him in the face.
Oh shit!
And if you don't, you're going to be in trouble.
Ooh.
Period.
Don't that sound like? Hold on. Wait.
She's upstairs right now. Hattie Mae's upstairs.
Hold on.
That sound like what she told me.
That's self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah.
And my brother used to tell me, if you don't fight them back, you got to fight me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Type situation. Yeah, that's exactly how it was. Yep.
That's how it was in my house.
Right. Now, also, like
Mama ain't raised no punks.
told the cousin that this is your younger cousin. You're supposed to be protecting him.
Yeah.
Right.
Period. If I see you doing that again, it's not going to be good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to think. I don't think I ever got any. Well, when we got older, had a little altercation because of something. But I'm trying to think about it. I don't ever think I got into any of my male cousins or anything like that. Even as kids, I don't think we got into it because we were so close. So.
Yeah, my older cousins always protected me on both sides of the family. Like, they never tried to bully me, beat me up, or nothing like that. They always protected me.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, but that bullying stuff is it's just a different world.
And then it's unfortunate too because it's like, for example, if it's physical and the child fights back, now they're both suspended for defending themselves. Which is like, how many times you want me to get beat up before I defend myself, you know?
So, to shift real quick, because you're talking about school, I seen a thing the other day where this girl was at a council meeting crying because she wasn't bullied, but she was in the bathroom and another grown man was in the bathroom with her at the YMCA. And the YMCA did nothing because the man identified as a woman. So the man is just in the shower, just butt naked, looking at this little 17-year-old girl change her clothes.
So it has the little transgender symbol on the bathroom outside door. You know, like how normally you had the woman with the dress on.
Mm-hmm.
It has the little circle with the whatever is going.
Right.
So it's to say like anybody who identifies as such can use this bathroom. And
is it a single stall? Like what's the set?
No,
it's
it's YMCA. So
it's the locker room.
It depends how the showers are made. They're open. Like me and Dale know because we know we've been in locker rooms, but most of the showers are like open. So if you go to a certain area where you might have the stalls in the bathroom, when you walk out, you know, especially we all been in gyms with old people. They'll just walk out. They don't care.
Yeah.
But and be naked, trying to have a full conversation with you.
Balls out.
Just just swing. Hey man, just what's up? Hey man, I see you over there lifting, man. Yeah, hey, I'm gonna need a spot for me. I need you to put on some clothes before you can. But in this situation, this girl is in there, and there's a grown man in there, and she's a shot. You know, she's scared, and she doesn't feel safe. 17. And then her little sister was with her. I think her little sister was 11 or something.
So did she only feel unsafe because of the image of the man?
I guess whatever the man maybe was doing, or maybe the way he looked at her, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the severity of it. But it come to a point where it's like, dang, do I have to think about Aiden and Jordan going to the bathroom and running into a full grown man in the stall next to him? You know, and is that can you really tell me that this girl is gonna feel safe with a grown man in the same bathroom as her doing, you know, what she's supposed to do biologically, privately? You know what I'm saying?
So in certain situations, you could get around that depending on where you are and use the family bathroom.
Yeah.
That way you get to go in there with them and it's only y'all in the bathroom. But not to say that's going to be the case all the time, but that's the only way you can get around it.
I think with the whole transducer thing, which I have no issues with, but I think it's hurting the women more than anything. The women are the ones who really, really suffering from it.
You think so?
Because they're I think it's getting overwhelmed on their side as far as like what you feel their rights are. That's just me. Because a lot of look at what they had to do. Look at the college swimmer. He was ranked 200 and something as a college swimmer, and then next year he identified himself as a woman, and he's number one in the country and won the national championship.
Right. Yeah. That part I don't.
Is it like Dave Chappelle said? If LeBron James decided he wanted to go play in WNBA, he's going to score 184 points.
But I also feel
it's messed up. Like I said, it's messed up for the women because that was the whole purpose of making women's
separations, right?
Yeah.
Because we're just genetically built different. I remember at State, this girl wanted to play football, and they set up this whole panel thing, and I was on the panel, and it was just like, I felt her, and I want her to be able to do what she wanted. And I said, then make your own league. Then do your own thing, all girls. But no, she wanted to play with the guys. I said, sweetheart.
Who's financing that for her to play with?
Yeah,
play her
like
own
a whole team.
No one's
and then you have to have a whole league.
If you come across the middle on me, I'm
y'all
sorry.
Y'all would prefer her to play with the guys?
No, but
she
don't tell her.
option.
Well, yes, but also don't tell her that to make her own team. No one's financing that. They barely finance the teams they have.
No. When I didn't mean make your own team, but I'm like they would have a flag football or something for the females to do it or whatever, so she can participate. But she wants to play tackle, like straight tackle. And I'm just like, your genetic makeup is just not the same. Like, I'm going to mess you up, you come across the middle. I could probably knock you out. Yeah. That's what it is. And in my peak shape, yeah, you'd have been knocked out if I hit you at full speed.
But aren't there other females that play in collegiate football, like, and they play on the guys' teams in other schools?
Not very many, yeah.
Yeah, they're one girl, I forgot what school it was. She was a kicker.
Yeah.
You're not playing a position.
So she wanted to be like on the line, like the girl you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. She wanted to play, I forgot what position she wanted to play, running back or receiver or something. But, yeah. It's just our genetic makeup it's just too different for it to be an even playing field. That's why you have girl sports, you have guy sports to make it even playing field.
Now you have
because if that's the case, you mix everybody together, it's just going to be all the guys winning everything. Unfortunately, but I'm sorry, I wrote that down. Yeah, I talked about that. That's a whole another topic.
To go back to the locker room situation, I think some of the onus is on the parents too, because, you have to prepare your kids for those types of situations too, because like I said, the direction that we're going in, there's no telling. Like, there could be more transgenders in locker rooms in the future, and you just have to prepare your child for that. Like, have the right type of conversations.
Right. Because the thing is, with that community, new stuff is coming out almost seem like every day, and nobody knows what it is. You don't know you're offending somebody until you say something, and then you be like, no, you can't say that. Like this whole thing with cis men or cis women or whatever. Non-binary, like all these different terms, you have to educate yourself with because you don't want to offend anybody, or get canceled. At the end of the day.
Speaking of getting canceled, let's change the subject.
I was about to say we're walking the line.
We're going all the way down now.
We're sorry. We're off.
Well, if you made it this far, thank you.
Yeah, I'm about to say I think we've been on for a while, haven't we?
This has been yet another episode of Baby Talk.